Little mouse, you're still here? Why? Surely I would have thought that you had used this opportunity to regain your freedom. I am not deserving of your trust, nor are you obligated to stay here because you pity me. In fact, I'd rather you not see me in this weak and pathetic state. You shouldn't see me like this. I don't want you to see me like this. But if you're going to stay, please, let's go somewhere quieter. The others will clean up what remains of the bodies and tend to putting out the fires. The rest of the damages to the castle will take days, if not weeks, to repair. Now, this isn't the time to be worrying about it, I suppose. I wish to go to my chamber to reflect on what mistakes led to this great tragedy. Come. If you're going to stay here with me, then you're accepting the role of one who still submits to my authority as the ruler of this castle. There, it's quieter in here. I feel a bit more composed. I'm starting to feel like myself again. I have a favor to ask of you, little mouse. Would you lie your head in my lap like before? It feels familiar. And I could use a little comfort right now. There. Even mixed with sweat and ash, your hair is still as soft as before. It's nice. I'll meet with the survivors tomorrow morning to discuss what our next order of business will be. I feel like an act of retaliation against the Vedoma clan will lead to more needless loss of life on the part of our family, but I sincerely believe that it's only a matter of time before their clan regroups and calls for another attack on the castle. They fight for their alleged honor and won't rest until they feel that they've rendered justice as they see fit. Even if it costs them their lives. Such foolish beasts. They follow their hearts and not their minds. For creatures with such a finely honed instinct, they surely lack a lot of self-preservation. I have no doubt that we'd ultimately be the victors in an all-out battle. In fact, I've considered calling in our more battle-tested brethren from the east. Mestravel and the other eastern vampires are far more amiable to conflict than those of us here in the west. Prior to this recent attack, we'd sometimes go centuries here in the east with little to no conflict. At least, not conflict brought to the gates of our very own castle. I believe now that I have no choice but to send word to Mestravel to provide us with reinforcement. If not only while we rebuild our home. Given how many of their clan we killed, Simza and the Vedomas will likely regroup and lick their wounds, figuratively and literally. They may have taken the lives of our human occupants, but we took back tenfold of their Lycan army that they brought with them to the siege. They didn't bring many of their human companions with them. I suppose in a futile attempt to keep them from becoming involved in the conflict. I suppose they don't realize that we will not grant mercy to anyone who harms those within these castle walls, directly or passively. Human or beast. None shall be spared from the righteous fury incurred from their transgression against us. Before, I had told you that those of us who need the life of mortals to sustain our energy do not do so by killing them. But soon, you will understand that my brothers and sisters here in this castle will soon feast on the blood of those damned creatures and their mortal companions. Whether it be during a follow-up attack, or in the event that I should choose to enact my revenge, every drop of their blood will be consumed in a frenzy of sheer justice and retribution. I will not let those who I loved who have fallen here on this night go without closure. No. I will ensure that not only will their memories live on in these halls, but also that they can rest for eternity with their deaths avenged. Maybe not now, but soon. I just have to be smart about how to go about it. Oh, little mouse. I don't know why it is exactly that you've chosen to stay here. Regardless of the information that I've shared with you in my moments of despair, your choice to pledge allegiance to me is a weighty decision. Of course, in these moments, I'm sure that it's difficult to think of my words as sincere, but do not mistake my despair for weakness. I am heartbroken at my loss, as anyone would be at the loss of their loved ones. But that does not change who I am or how I feel. Since you have chosen to stay here with me, I will require the utmost loyalty from you, little mouse. If that is not something that you can guarantee me, I recommend you make that clear before tomorrow's sunrise. Otherwise, you will not be welcome here within this castle any longer, and I cannot guarantee your safety once you leave. So, for tonight, I'll let you sleep and consider your position on the offer. Should you choose to stay here and pledge your loyalty to me, I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. But be warned, if you give me your word and you pledge your allegiance to me, only to betray me, well, there is no higher power that could save you from the wrath that would ensue. I have no mercy for traitors. There have been traitors before you, little mouse. Ones whose head rested where yours does now. Ones who I gave knowledge and confidence. Ones who are no longer with us. Their ends were not swift and not painless, little mouse, as yours shall not be if you should betray me. So please, do carefully consider before you make your choice. But I can see the weariness on your face. This has likely not been an easy day for you. I hadn't seen you during the battle, but if you fought on our behalf, you have my thanks. Either way, for now, you've earned a night's rest. It's times like these that I wish that I had the ability to sleep as well. Nonetheless, rest now, little mouse. When you awake, I shall no longer be here, but you are welcome to sleep here in my chamber. If I come back to find it empty, I will take that as your answer, and assume that you've chosen your freedom over servitude here in the castle under my command. As I've already told you, you are free to go, but if you make the decision to stay here, that is a sign of allegiance, and shall be treated contractually. If you should choose that obligation, I'll be glad to see you here tomorrow, and we can begin to discuss your future here and what my next move should be. I am rather fond of you, little mouse. I should certainly be heartbroken to see you choose to part ways, but I will not keep you here under the guise of captivity anymore. From now on, your future with me will be determined by if I see you here again tomorrow morning. Now, sleep, little mouse. You needn't concern yourself with the troubles of those still awake.